guys, it's Sharon, Little Britain Company. Welcome to the channel. So as you can see, I am diving right back into, I got shadows somehow. I'm diving right back into another paper pack. Just finished up doing the kind of Disney park stuff. Or packs, paper pads. That's the one. So I have been looking forward to doing a kind of a mini album with this really cool Cowgirl paper. So I am going to jump in. I really want to do several things. I was looking at the two options that I had, and I think I'm going to go with the pink. So let me tell you what I'm gonna do. Get these things out of the way. There's stuff here. Why is there stuff here? Huh. There we go. Okay. Trying to get my wonderful pad down here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do I'm going to make a 4x4 paper album. And I'm going to use this, which is probably 65-pound weight. To do a 4x4 album, I need this to be 8x8. So I'm going to jump straight in, make this 8x8. I actually think that this is going to be super cute. So I had to take off a little bit here and a little bit there. And bada boom, bada bang, 8x8. Now, I really am jumping straight in. I had an example at the beginning. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to score at 4 inches. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to score at 4 inches. These little ones, at least the initial setup, go together so nice and quick. At some point I will work on how to add a little bit more depth to them. But for right now, I'm just going to go nice and easy. So there's that one. I do have other tutorials. This is really just hanging out with me while I make it. So I've got it cut into these wonderful sections. I need my good scissors. I have so many good scissors. Okay, and so my next step is I just have to choose a square that I'm going to cut out. When I cut, I'm going to cut out one of these squares. I'm just going to cut out this first one right here. When I cut it, I want to cut just on this side of that fold, of that score mark. And that is, by the way, not as easy as it may look. All right, so I got it right there. Pretty good. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. Now, I'm coming in a little bit here. I am going to clean that up just a wee bit. Just if I can get it in there. It's actually not as easy to do as it looks. There. So, coming together super easy. And right away, I just have to choose how my paper pad's going to go together. So I'm going to do it this way. Now, I know that that I can't add a huge amount to this. If I add too much to it, it'll get too thick. It won't close properly. It's probably already not going to. I don't mind. It looking a little bit bulky. I kind of like the look, but that's not everybody. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Just a little bit. Get these things out of the way. So now I'm going to take off that little shaving on both sides. There we go. So what that gives me is a piece that should fit fairly well in here. Well, it does. Let me see if I come out at all. I think that'll be good. I can add a pocket there. I had, by the way, guys, this is totally process video. All I knew was I wanted to use that paper, and I was pretty sure I was going to use one of these. I do, and I will probably with the next one, work out how to expand this just a little bit. I'm thinking if I can make this side maybe 1/4 of an inch bigger, maybe that's the key. I might do another one right after this, and see if I can just expand it just a wee tooch. Anyway, moving on. So this piece right now is just a touch under 4, just a touch under 4x4. I am just picking a side. Sounds bad, doesn't it? Do we really need to pick sides? And I'm going to go ahead and score this at 1/2 inch. Get these out of the way. Got all this stuff sitting here. I do have a score a bone folder that goes with this. I just really don't know where it went. It's run away. I figure maybe I'll just let it run away for a little while. Wouldn't we all just like to run away sometimes? Because for this one, I'm going to do this really simple design. Let me see. Yeah, that should be fine. I think for the next one, I'm going to expand it a little bit. But this one will have, I think, a little pocket down here. Yeah, super fun. Now, I do something weird. Maybe it's weird. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's perfectly normal. That's just so unlikely. It is 11:30 at night, and I am in here doing this on a Saturday night. We have just found out that our country has bombed Iran. And so I thought I would come in and get my mind off of the world's troubles for the moment. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sleeping. All right. So I like to, you can see what I did. I simply lined it up on top of the other piece. You're kidding me. And it's off. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Let me go ahead and score it. Not score it. Smush it. Oh my. It's going to be a long night, isn't it? Burnish it. No, it's okay. So there we go. Bada boom, bada bang. We have the beginning of this cute little, that's a thought. Huh. I am going to do something a wee bit different here. Let's see, I should have more of that paper. Please tell me I have more of that paper. That is not the right size. Let me see if I have another sheet of that pink. I thought I had lots more of it. One moment, please. There it is. It was sitting right up here. I pulled some out, knowing that I wanted to do this. Okay. I'm going to cut a sheet of this, and it's going to be 4 by 4.5. And the reason it's going to be 4 by 4.5 is I'm actually going to add it to this side, so that I will have this goes down, that goes over, and then I'll have another piece that goes over this way. So let me go ahead and cut this. I'm going to do 4. By 4.5. Okay, then I'm going to score it on my 4.5 inch side. Where's my score tool? I'm going to do my 1/2 inch here. Let's see how this all works out. Should. It should work out. Okay. Because if I put this here, then we can do that, and that, and that, and that. And have this cute little piece that just opens up all over the place. Okay, so grab some glue and let's get this one down. Tell you what I am going to do though too. I'm not going to go all the way to the inner edge. I'm going to stay just a little bit off. What I did was I stayed on this side of my score mark. So let's see how we're folding. It's not too bad. All right, so now we've got our blank. It's pretty cool. And I have all of this wonderful paper. That adhesive they use is crazy. Okay, put this over here. All right, so let's take a look at this paper again and see what we're using. I love this. To me, this looks like tulle, and probably it's supposed to. So we have 2 sheets of that. We have this really pretty cactus paper. We have kind of the disco cowgirl. I like that one. We've been through this one before. These are the cactus flowers. And then we have this one. And for whatever reason, this is not my favorite. It may come in handy, but it's not my favorite. I will tell you that this is thin paper, guys. I mean, this is like copy paper. So not loving it. I have had different papers from Hobby Lobby. Some of them have been lovely. Some of them not so much. This one is on the not so, I mean, it's pretty, but the quality, it's so funny because often the quality of the Hobby Lobby paper is quite good, but this one, it's copy paper. Or at least that's the weight it feels like. So I know that I want to cut some of these sheets so you can really see what's going on. I am pretty sure I want some of this on the front. I also know that I'm going to back it all, and I think, all right, let me go see if I've got some silver. Okay, I found it. I was looking for this silver paper. It's very shiny.
Hi everybody.
There's little Brit, big Brit. Okay. We just bought a new oven, and Big Brit is working on getting it installed, and we did a double oven. A couple of years ago, our refrigerator went. This time it was our oven. We have aging appliances, clearly. Well, not anymore. Okay, so I want to use this beautiful paper as our background, as the background. My only issue with it is that this is the only one I have. And Park Lane is no longer, I'm sure I can still get silver paper somewhere. I just don't want to use it all up. Because I don't know. I don't know if you all can hear like that not weird, a little bit of the music in the background. So we live very close to our downtown area, and there is a big Juneteenth celebration happening. So I can hear it. I don't know if you all can. I'm just trying to get into this thing. There we go. So the music is close enough that I can hear like some of it, but far enough away that I cannot discern any notes. Okay, so I'm going to be using some of this. Yeah. Now, these are 4 by 4 inches. So my first mat needs to be 3 and I'll have an 1/8 of an inch. So it's got to be 3 1/4 by 3 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So that'll give me an 1/8 of an inch as opposed to a 1/16 of an inch. I could try doing, these are 6 by 6 pieces. I only have 1, 2, 3. I think I have 8 of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I mat all of it, and I probably won't, I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. I am not going to get 9 out of this. Okay, I think I'm going to use this on the outside, on the cover, and I'm just going to use do I want to use the off-white, or do I want to use, I'm going to try, let's just take a look at a couple of possibilities. So I could do the off-white on the inside, which definitely makes it pop. I could also do let me find this. I'm trying to make sure I have enough of whatever I show. What's this one? Yeah. I could do a lighter pink. I could do this. Kind of that. And that. So I like that. I think I actually like that. Just to start with, I think I like it better than this cream, which is going to really, I mean, it just depends on the look you're going for. I wish I had this kind of burnt orange. I think that would be super cool, but I just don't think I have that color. I have so many colors. I don't think I've got that one. Just when you think you have everything, something else pops up. Oh, no, it's not the right one. Oh, actually, I just accidentally came across. Ooh, that might work. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Turning my back the wrong way. Oh, guys, what about this? Let me get this one out of the way. What about that on that? Oh, that's going to make it look fancy. I like it better than the silver. Even though there are silver elements to the stickers, I'm liking the kind of the rose gold here. All right, I'm going to move that back where it belongs. And I actually have more of this. I have enough of this to do the whole thing. And then some. I move that out of the way. So I think, let me just test all of the pieces. I know it's going to look great with that one. So that's nice. I don't know that I love it with this one. I'll have to really think about that one. Depends on where I put that one. And then it's great with that. I thought I grabbed... I am twisting just the wrong way. Oh, that hurts. I do think I want to use a decent amount of this in here. I love this particular paper. I don't normally do repetitious paper, but I could. And I'm honestly just wondering, for some of it, well, I can just use the cover here. How would this look? Now this one is great for that. And this. All right. So my conundrum here is that I normally don't use different backings. Once I decide on a backing, that's the back that I'm using throughout the project. I don't know. I know I like this one. So let me go ahead and cut down a piece of this that is what did I say? 3 and we can try 3 7/8. Well, that's not it. All right, I can try 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 and see what I think about that. Piece aside. All right. So on the cover, yeah, that little tiny bit as opposed to a bigger amount, that's kind of nice. So then, really I should get them. I'm going to get up my bigger guillotine. And get up my bigger one. For some of it to start with. And let me make sure I know what my orientation is going to be here. It just depends whether I want this smaller one to go over this way or the other way. And I think I want it I think I want it to go this way, which means the rest of this should be fine. Feel like I think this is coming too close, but just like right along this edge. I'm gonna do like a really fine little shaving job right there. Let's see if that makes a difference. It's supposed to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it actually does. This is going to get thicker as I go. All right, it's going to have to go in this direction because I have just a touch more space for this one. Yeah. All right, that's going to be the front. All right, so this one was 3 7/8. So my next piece has to be 3 1/4. Get that directly on there. And because it's 3 1/4 and 3 1/4, it actually doesn't matter how I cut this, but it also, because they're all squared up, it doesn't really matter how I cut it. There is just something about this particular paper. I don't know what else I'm going to put on the front here, but okay. So we're going to have that and that. I really like that. That rose gold is just perfect. I'll figure out what to put here. Okay. All right, so let me figure out what I'm going to put on the inside. I'm definitely going to put the same, I'm going to put this one on the back also. So I know front and back. So I'm gonna do, where's that? What have I done with my paper clips? Is anyone shocked that I've lost them? Oh, here we go. All right. This is actually not something I normally do, but for right now, I do want to do some cutting before I go completely, before I start putting things together. And these are big enough that they'll hold without being an issue. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do, I want this one to be another 3 1/4. Make sure I get it in there. Let's put it this way. That's cute. That's good. That one aside. I like the little. Okay, and then this is going to be 3 and. All right. I've always got to double check. That's a 1/2. That's a 1/4. That is 1/8. There we go. Because this should already be, yep. So I will put the little pieces aside. Okay, so this one, how cute. It's going to go on the back here. Really? Seriously? How? There we go. There's one. Okay. Inside. So I mean, I have some thoughts about what I want to do on the inside, and what I was honestly thinking was doing boom, boom, boom with this paper. So kind of doing a spread across, like a continuous spread across. Actually, I like that idea. And then I'll put cactus on the outside and the flowers. So I'll put cactus here, and then the flowers can go here. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm not actually going to use this piece right now. And I'm not going to use this piece because I want it to be... Can I make it look continuous? I mean, I don't want to mess too much. So this is set, let's see, this is set for this one. So let me get a few more pieces of this. Right? Yeah. Make sure I got this one set to the right size. Let's see, I'm going to start putting my scraps up there for later. Oh yeah, these are right. Okay. So that's 2. This, by the way, is a different size. I'll measure this one independently. So that's 1, 2. I need 2, 3, 4. I need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4. Okay. Doesn't matter. One. And then this is going to be 3 and 4. My husband is standing behind me trying to frighten me.
I'm not trying to frighten you.
Sure.
I'm just coming to hug you quickly, and food is ready.
Oh, okay. 4. Okay, so I've got those 4. I'll do the last one later. I'm going to put these aside. So now I'm actually going to take... Now all my mats are done. Let me get this one out of the way. All right, so I'm going to take this next sheet, and I know I need 3 1/4, which is just moving it in a little bit. Yeah. So this next one's going to be 3 1/4, and I want to do all 3 1/4, bump, bump, bump. It's not a landscape scene, so... And I know I would not necessarily have had to cut up this piece. That one's going to go there. That one's going to go... Move those out of the way. There. And then this one goes here. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, but you can kind of tell. See how you can see this here, this one continuing to here, and this piece continuing here? I love that. Okay, and so I'm not going to be able to pin that one in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of the cactus. I already have some ideas about what I want to do with my extras. I do want to try to get this entire paper pad section done. All right. This one is going to go here. I'm going to put that one aside because I don't know if I'm going to be using that for the next one. Because remember on this bottom section here, is it that one? Yeah. This is not 4x4. So I'm just going to have to measure it to make sure. All right. So on the back, we're doing the flowers. I'm kind of liking the repetition I'm getting with this one. Like I said, I don't normally do that, but it's kind of cool. No wonder that didn't work. That goes there. Because this one goes here. Oh, okay. So that one's going to go there. And before I glue anything down, I'm going to decide if I want to do some additional pockets and things to go in here. Although I may not. I like the simplicity of this one. You can just put in your photos. This may just be for me, just the simplest of, I don't normally do super simple like that, but I like it. But I kind of like it. All right. So the only things that I have left for this one, I'm going to do cactus on the back. So again, there's a lot of repetition with this one. So on the very back here, I'm going to put the cactus. Yeah. It's kind of an interesting. All right. And then I just have to measure. I'm going to go ahead and measure this piece. I'm going to grab my smaller guillotine now. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to keep my bigger one out for the moment because really once I start measuring with that, I should keep it like that. Oop. So I know that this piece, can you see it? I'm going to move this a little bit. I know this piece is 4 inches this way. It is 3.5 inches this way. Okay. So for this orientation, which is the cactus, I'm going to need 3 3/8. I'm going to need it to be, I'm going to need this, put this back where it belongs, this to be 3 3/8, and this one to be the 3 I think that's right there. Yeah, that's the cactus one. Sure. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I have to think. This, it's my silver one. My goldy one needs to be, oh, it's not thick enough. I've got to cut a whole nother piece, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. So my paper's going to have to be my let me just stop for a minute before I do anything else. I am going to need this one to be, oh, look at that. That won't matter because it's going to be covered. 3 7/8 right there. Okay, so I need this one to be 3 7/8. By, if it's 3.5, it's got to be 3 and right there. Okay. All right, so is that right? I may have to shave. No, that one looks about right. I might shave it down just a wee bit. Okay. So this piece fits fine in that direction. So in this direction, this was 3 3/8, so 3 1/4. So this way it's got to be 3 1/4. Yes. So, you know, do you ever do one of these, even if it's not like the normal way you do it? Do you ever do one of these and you just get so tickled by the way it's starting to look? I really love what I'm putting together here. I don't know why. It's just resonating with me. Before I glue anything down, I want to think about a closure. Okay, so after thinking about it and having a little lunch, I decided to do something I never do. I need to do that side. I need to do that side. I am not going to add anything, any pockets, any tucks. I am going to leave this exactly as it is. I'm a little nervous about that, but all right, that's that out. That's the outside, inside. I'm trying to put these in order. Inside and the other way. There. Now I will probably do a little bit of decoration on the front. But I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. You think it's going to be too plain? If I just let it be? All right. I have to have a sip of something. I need my... That I'm going to get all over my hand. Okay. A sip of my Cherry Coke Zero, and I am good to go. I'm going to start by attaching this guy. Now, because this paper is so incredibly thin, I have to be super careful with my glue. Look how cute that is. Okay. Yeah, the papers in the kits, because this was, of course, a Hobby Lobby kit, are really, really thin. Now, they're regular paper. Generally, I have no problem with it. Look how pretty pretty that is. It's so pretty. Okay, so this one is the back. Yeah, I'm trying to make my glue super thin. I think it's fine. But you definitely, when your paper is thinner, you just have to make sure that that it doesn't, you know, bleed through, so to speak. Come on. There we go. Perfect, nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. I don't know if I've ever done one where I didn't include, you know, just more. Okay, what did I say in this is my back one, right? Is that my back? Or is that, no, that's that one. Where's my, this one is this. All right, let me just do what I know and then I'll go back. Let me make sure it's this. Yeah. Okay, so this one's first. I might be missing a section or two. If I go back and I decide I need something, I'm always so, I don't know, I was gonna say pleased, but I think it's more surprised when I'm done with these, when I'm doing albums and I'm not using chipboard, and I'm just using the papers. And I'm always pretty impressed at how heavy duty they end up being, even without the chipboard. I guess despite not having the chipboard, they really end up nicely done. Okay, so next we got this one. The order of these is so important. And getting them on there correctly is going to be important to me. So if I'm not going to include a whole bunch of other elements, no pockets or twists or turns, I want my paper on this one to be the star. Sure, I got this one. My golly, I love this. Okay. I guess that's what there is something about this particular paper, this rodeo paper. Maybe it just kind of evokes, you know, when cowboy type stuff was popular when I was young. And again, I really do think it has that lovely, I think that's what's supposed to have, that nice. Okay. Can I get it up? That is not what I wanted to have to do, but I'm going to do this again. Not my favorite. Okay, so I lifted it because I want those right there to line up. I wanted those to line up pretty well, and I think they do now. I was a little bit off before. Okay. And then with this one, I want these to line up pretty well, so. There you go. Next, do this one. I will be very interested to see what you guys have to say about this one. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think I should have added tucks and spots and things? Okay. It is just a beautiful day outside. I've got the shade in front of me open so I can kind of look down the road. This has been my office for years, and years ago, I would work in here when little Britt went to school, literally right down the road. It's a Catholic church right down the road. He went to school there for a few years when he was very little. Oh, this one's tight. It's fine. Shoot. I'm not going to get that to line up as well as I want it to. I'm just not. I think I'm just going to have to deal with it. It still has the continuity of it, but I was really hoping to get it to line up, and for some reason, just don't think I'm going to. Even when I put this one pretty high. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't have this one off. Oh, I know why it's a little bit off at the top. All right. Look how cute that is. Okay, so next I'm going to do, nope, that's what it was. That one goes here. I'm going to put these in. What am I doing? I used to wonder with people, how do you leave your glue? You know, why don't you, how can you let your glue sit there and not be capped? Isn't it going to go dry? Because this glue dries super fast. And then I realized as long as the glue is flowing, it's fine. As long as you're using it, you know, from one to the next and it's moving. It's kind of like water and ice. Moving water generally does not turn to ice unless it's, you know, pretty extreme. If it's moving, it usually keeps going. There you go. That one's tight, but okay. Get this one. This one might be intended to be Disco Cowgirl, but I think, to me, this one is a lot more 50s. If you don't include kind of the disco elements to it, then it has, I think, kind of an older, nice, it kind of harkens back to like the 1950s or the 40s, actually. In the late 40s and early 50s, there was like this big, I think it's even into some of the 60s, big resurgence or big surge of these dude ranches. Because ranches, a big portion of society was still farmers, or had been, until fairly recently at that point. What do you think? Okay. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to put there. I've got this guy. No, I know it's going to be the flowers. This one's going to be flowers. I need to cut down that other one. All right. I like that. So I think what I decided to do with this one is, instead of attach a ribbon to it, to the outside, I'm going to wrap a ribbon around it. I have to find the right ribbon too, but I was really thinking about, everything is adding bulk to this. That I like. I like that a lot. Okay, so I need a flower one on the inside. Like that. Maybe. And then this goes on the outside. I'll have that last one to do. I have to think about the ribbon that I want to put on the outside of this, and whether or not I have anything I want to include here. I do wish that this one had some cut aparts. That would have been nice. Instead, it comes with the stickers. I'll look through those in a minute, see if there's something that I think would make a good element here. Okay. I think this kind of an album would be perfect if for just a real beginner. Great to learn how to do some of the cutting and the matting, how to do your measurements. And look how thick this got. This is why I think I need to play with this and see if I can do a 1/4 inch section through here. It just takes me doing some numbers. I'm really liking this. All right, so I still need to do that one. And if you'll recall, the measurement for that was going to be 4 inches. So it's 3 7/8 by, good golly. Let me get that. I'm going to do it on here. Okay. Let's see, it was 3 1/2, 3 3/8. No. Yeah, no. Yes. Yes, no. I feel like I'm in a Monty Python movie. So, okay. I should have done it that way. Oh well. And then should be 3 7/8. That is 3 7/8. I'm going to bring this in a little bit. I'm going to take a smidge off of here because I feel like this piece is turning out to be a little too big for some reason. Take another smidge off the bottom. Let's see if I got it that time. All right, I got too much. Oh my goodness, what am I doing here? Let's try again. Should be the same as the other one. So it should be 3 7/8. Yeah. Yes, that's right. I think I was just looking at it wrong. And then the other one was 3 1/2, so it should be. Now I've cut up a bunch of my wonderful rose gold paper. Let's see how we're doing here. It is off. That's interesting. All right, so I'm going to take another smidge off the bottom. But a true smidge. All right, that should be good. That's what I took off. Okay, so I need a piece of the flowered paper. Should have a piece sitting here somewhere. I lost. How did I lose it? There it is. Hiding under there. Okay, so this one is already correct that way. And since I want to be lazy, I'm going to go ahead and just do this to tell me what my next measurement is. It should have been what I had, but the reason it's not, and I actually know why it's not, is because this is getting thicker. And that thickness has pushed this paper a little bit. So, yeah. So that's why this needed to be slightly smaller, because this is pushing this out a little bit more. And you just have to accommodate it for this one. Let's go this way. See? I knew eventually this time, not flowing. Let's see if I got it flowing again. Here we go. So next comes the fun part, or figure out what to do next. I do want to make some little spiral notebooks with the papers. Got that over the edge. So I have to remember that this one goes like this. What happens if I do it like that? This way. And that way, you can close it however you choose. Now, once someone adds pictures to this, that's going to be about the thickness that it can handle. I really like it. I hope you guys like it. I love this setup here in the middle. That's Big Brit coming in to talk to me for something.
I need to borrow her a second. We both do.
I will be there in just a minute. Okay, so then we have this. It's already coming out. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to use this one. And I will be there in just a minute. I know you need me for the oven.
We just need you to look around.
Oh my. They're silly. They're silly. So this, I'm going to use this for the moment. And I kind of see this is, I kind of like these sometimes. This is actually a baby headband, and I got this at Dollar Tree. What I actually think I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to Dollar Tree. They have one that's just a pink straight, but it's got a pom-pom on it. And it might have two, and I think that would be super adorable on top of here. This cute little thing with maybe the baby pom-pom, and I think putting a name on here would be fun, but I just don't. So we have all of these stickers. I'm actually going to put this. I cannot see myself using the letters. At the moment, I don't see myself using the letters. Put it that way. That's just not something I normally do. I am going to take these out. Normally, I might leave them in this plastics. But the adhesive that they use to make these stick to the place that they want them to stick to, it's just not the best. Okay. So then because this was sticking to the papers and it would have destroyed them. So I have these, and I think, so if I was going to add a sticker to this one, they actually have some really good ones, but I think, that's my hair. I think if I was going to add a sticker to this one, it would really just be that lovely one right there in the middle. But because of the way I want to do the closure, I'll just consider it. I really like that one in the middle. And I'm not going to use any others, at least not for this one. And the final choices you have, get this off. Now these could work on the inside. All right, all of this is thrown away. These are pretty see-through though. So you would need to back them up with something. That would actually be really cute backed up like that. See, I can't. How cute would that be if you just left it super simple like that? Oh my word, I think I might. Is there another one that would be really cute? Like that one is adorable. I like the howdy, howdy, howdy. Oh, guys, why do I do this to myself? All right, I am going to include tucks. I'm not going to use this piece. I don't know what happened to it, but clearly something awful happened to it and it must now rest. Let me see if I have ones. Yeah, that's the right size. So this is actually about the right size that I want to use for my little pockets here. I know. I'm not using pockets. I'm not going to use pockets. I don't think I should use pockets. Do y'all think I should use pockets? Oh, look, I want to use the pockets. Sometimes. I just get ahead of myself. All right. That's about the right size. So that is 1 3/4 inch. I'm going to do another one, 1 3/4 inches. Because I do want, I'm going to get another one of these. So I do buy these headbands and I just like them as closures. I have these which can be really cute. And again, like something like that is super simple. The ones, I don't think I have any in here right now. Oh, this one's even better color. So something like that you can use. Now I sew, so it is a little tempting to maybe go back and sew down like a section here so that you can kind of slide this off and on. I mean, the other thing you can do is actually just create a belly band or yeah, a band to go around it. I don't think I have any other, which other ones do I have? I've got some cinnamons in it. So I sometimes use these on my junk journals. This is just something different. I don't know if I've seen, I'm sure other people have done this. You can use them on notebooks. Okay. Oops, left some out. Because this one is going to be thick and it's going to need some kind of a closure. I'm going to leave this one out for the moment as a closure until I find another one. But again, these are the baby ones. These are not the adult. These are not intended to be like the adult size ones. So you can see that they're a lot smaller. Now, they do stretch quite a bit, but they are smaller. And the baby ones I just find are just a better, this worked better for me. Okay, so I'm going to put one here. I really like this. I'm going to put one here. I feel like suddenly, I wasn't actually loving this, but suddenly I really like it. Isn't that funny? Let me see if I can find, here it is. I'll show you what I'm going to do with this in a minute. My top powder. This is cornstarch powder. And I don't remember where I learned this trick. It might have been May. I love her. Okay, I'm going to start by attaching. Well, if I do that one on the outside, which I very much think I might do, I don't want to do this one on the inside. So, what about that? Let's see, would that one work on there? I like that this is clear, so I can kind of test these out. That one's kind of cool. What about the flowers? The flowers are very, there's a yeehaw, not the hat. Kind of like the howdy. We could do flowers on both. I don't want to do the cactus. I mean, we could do, I could do the flowers there, and then I could mimic the other one over on that side. Could even center that one. I'm just thinking. Let me close this one. I also like this one. I think that I'm going to do the howdy howdy right here. I think the howdy 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 is really cute right there. All right, on this one, I'm going to do the flowers. Let's see how much of these flowers I can get to fit. Now the flowers have to go like that. Let me see which one I want it. I'm going to do it that way. All right. So what you can see is I've got this tiny bit of, you guys probably already know this trick, but I've got that little tiny bit I'm going to take my talc. Not my talc. It's not talc. I'm going to take my powder here, and I need something. Let's use a piece of paper. This will work. Just going to use this tiny piece of paper. I'm just going to use this tiny piece of paper. All right. So I just don't want to get, there we go. I got a tiny bit on there. Not anywhere else. I don't want to ruin other stickers and things. And then I'm going to close that back up. Again, this is cornstarch. I don't think they even make the other stuff because we found out, of course, that talc was awful for you. All right. I'm using the talc on the bit of the sticker that's exposed. I'm going to cut off the bottom one. But this top one, I don't want to have to cut it off. I want that to stick out. Using that talc. There we go. And then I'm just getting rid of the rest of that. Using that little bit of talc actually renders that part. Well, sure, there it is. It's hard to see. Non-sticky. Just gets rid of the sticky. So I think I'm going to do the flower there and the howdy there, and I really do like that. Okay. Oh, I probably just killed my and I lost my pen. Guys, I'm having a day of it. Having a day of it. Let's see. Is this still? All right, I gotta find my pens. Luckily, I have extras. Because you guys are wonderful and send me pens. Okay. Let me get that on there correctly. Okay. It's funny how things evolve. You think that you're going to be doing it one way. You're like, oh, I really like this. And then you're like, I don't know. And then it just evolves into something else that I was really liking it. And now I just absolutely love it. And I know that the value, I really did lose my pen. Daggone it. Now I have to remember where I put my other one. I put them right here so I wouldn't lose it. There they are. Yay. These wonderful pens that Karen sent me. She was a godsend. And I keep them with her beautiful card. I actually keep it right here on my desk. The pen's still in the card so that I don't lose it all. It's a lovely reminder. I have that. I now have a beautiful card from Cindy. I have several absolutely gorgeous cards from Kate. I keep actually all of them on my desk. Kate's are actually, some of hers are framed. Okay. Let me put this in so I don't forget it or lose it. And then let me do this. Oh, okay. Here we go. I think that was the touch that it needed. I love that burnished rose gold. Now, it's going to be thick. There's still a lovely simplicity to it. Okay, so in the future, next time I make this, I'm going to add a 1/4 inch here, possibly a 1/4 inch there, and 3/8 of an inch here. I think I'm going to try that next time when I measure this out, especially if I'm doing a 4x4. All right, so let me do this. However, I still really kind of like the compactness of it. And I'm putting this guy, this is so simple, just right in the middle. I love it. And until I find the pom-pom one, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. I'm going to do this around this way. And that's going to be my little bunched tie. Now I could have done a tie through here and the back, a ribbon. I actually really like this. That's it. That is today's album. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along on the ride with me while I kind of figured all this out. Let me zoom in for you guys a little bit. And again, so you can really see how this one looks. So let me take you on a final tour. So we've got, and then it opens up and you've got space for pictures. You need back a little bit. You've got picture or journaling. And then you open it up and you've got some tuck spaces and more just, I'm pleased. I hope you guys like it. Let me do this. And this. And I'm going to do that right there at the top. Spin and turn. There you go. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Cheers.